Okay, there is something synonymous about black people I want to tell you about. And that's the fact that black people hate themselves. I said it, and that's true. There is something synonymous I found out about black people. An average black man hates himself, and he takes his anger off someone else, off his black race, black man, a black woman, you know. But an average black woman hates herself too. But she doesn't take her anger to somewhere else. She takes her anger on herself. So it means that black man is angry with himself and is angry with others, or his race too. But now a black woman is angry. She's angry and she's a victim of her anger. Now, how does this thing displace? Okay, let me show you an example. A black man, when he sees another black man doing well, he's angry. He wants to kill him. He wants to murder him. He wants to steal what he has. He wants to take it away from him. He wants to cause pain, anguish. He wants to release his anguish on someone else. That's a typical black man. But a typical black woman is angry. But her anger, she's a victim of her anger. She takes off her anger to herself. She doesn't like herself, so she bleaches. She changes her lashes. She changes her nails. Now, have you really wondered that BBL is more popular among black women than any other race? BBL. Black women are more invested into BBL than any other race I've ever encountered. Why? A black woman hates herself. She hates how she looks. She hates how her skin looks. She hates her eyes. She hates her boot. She hates her hip and her boobs. So she wants the validation of something else or someone else than her own validation. Her validation is anger. So she changes her hair, puts on wig or weave-on or whatever it is on her head, other than the natural hair. She goes for BBL, goes for whatever it is, just to change how she looks. Now, from my research, I found that the main problem with black people is hatred, not anger, but hatred. So the main problem with a black man or a black woman is hatred. They hate themselves. Now, because of this hatred, blacks abandon everything black, from their culture to their values, their countries, homes, whatever it is black, they don't like it. If you're a black company and you produce a product and you're among black community, I guarantee you that product is likely to fail. Why? Blacks won't buy it. But if it's a different race that produces it, a black man or a black woman will patronize it. Now, so a black man or a black woman hates everything about black. Their culture, their religion, their ancestors, everything about them. There is this internal hatred in the hearts of blacks about everything black. And that's why they are easily swayed. They're easily malleable. They are easily they blend with whatever they see, because they do not have a stronghold of who they are, of what their values are, or they don't have this sense of community, sense of unity. It's not in the black. It's not in the it's not in the diary of a black man or a black woman. It's really a very serious problem. It's really, it gives me concern, because when I see the degradation in black communities, I'm concerned, because it starts back from ourselves. We don't like ourselves, so why should we like our community? We prefer something outside than ourselves. Okay, there has been a statistics that among 5 Africans, 4 out of 5 of them want to travel outside their continent. So if you bring 5 male Africans, 4 of them want to travel out of their continent. Why? Is that hatred. They do not like anything about themselves. This is a true discovery I've made, and I want you to go check it out if what I'm saying is true or not. So any savior that comes up amongst them, they kill him or they kill her, or they help an outsider to get rid of the person. So if someone from the black community comes up and tells the black people that this is the right way to follow, this is the right thing to do, the blacks themselves go after the person. Either they kill the person, or they conspirate or cooperate with an outsider to kill that person. So any savior that comes up, it's just like any savior that comes up is being killed, murdered, assassinated by same black people. Why? Because there is this hatred. How can I be here and you want to come and rule over me? How can I be here and you want to come and rule over us? So there is this anger, and they want to take off their anger on the person who wants to save them. It's a psychological program. The blacks have been psychologically programmed to hate everything about blacks, everything about black. So everything outside themselves, they've been psyched in their mind. There is this program in their mind that black, no good. And that's a lie. That's a big lie. The center of this psychological program is to erase black origin and identity. Now, one of the problems I've found out is that blacks don't know where they came from and their true identity. So they take up the identity of whoever comes along, or whoever pays them or buys them over. They do not have a sense of unity. Just like the Jewish, that's why I love the Jewish community. They have that sense of unity together. A Jewish person would prefer to buy products from a Jewish person, or a Jewish person would prefer a Jewish constructor to build his or her house, so that the money will circulate within the Jewish community. A black man not gonna do that. Nah, he's not gonna do that. He will prefer someone from a different race to come before him. They prefer something that is imported. They assume that something imported is far better than what they produce, homemade. There is this local car manufacturer that manufactured a car, in the black community. I heard one of the black men say, "I'm not gonna buy that car. I don't want to get killed." I said, what? Wait a minute. Don't other cars kill people? Don't other companies or other brands, don't they get involved in accidents? Instead of you encouraging this black man to keep doing what he's doing, you want to kill his business. So there's this sense that what is outside us is always better than what we can do with our hands. I don't know if I'm nailing it. I'm nailing it ideally. Okay. So they use these various systems to teach you who they want you to believe you are. Because there are people profiting from the ignorance of the black people. There are people making billions and billions of dollars every year from the ignorance of the black people. Jordan, blacks buy Jordan. That they shoe Jordan. They make a lot of billions from black people. Why? Because someone has told them that the brand Jordan is better than the brand from their homeland or from their community. I'm just bringing this up. So, because there are people profiting from the ignorance of the black people, so they use systems to keep these black communities ignorant. One of them is the school system. Previously, years and decades back, they used to teach carpentry in school, electrical works. They used to teach skills in school, not just the academical side, but the practical side, where you go and do it, and you could go out there and practice it, and it could be a source of income as a skill you earned. But right now, I don't think it's that way. No, so you see, there are people profiting from the ignorance of the black people. Just like I said in the previous video, there are gatekeepers. Their sole function is to keep people dumb, to keep the battery of the matrix running. So if this system is giving them money, why would they educate you to be better? They won't do that. They will never do that. So because they have set up systems that has educated these black people wrongly, the psychological manipulation has gone on for years and hundreds of years, that it becomes the norm. But it's an anomaly. Okay, because of the mental brainwash, black believe others have the solution to their problems. That's a lie. Just like I told you, they believe that a white race or a blue race or a brown race will save them from their problem. I don't believe it's true. He that wears the shoe knows where it hurts. So if you have a problem in your home, am I supposed to know the intricate details of the problems you have? No, you know the problem, you know how to solve it. Or someone who is in a similar situation can tell you the solution. Someone outside ourselves cannot solve our problems. The mindset that has brought us here cannot take us beyond here. So we need to solve our problems ourselves than waiting for a savior outside that is gonna come from somewhere else to come and solve our problem for us. Wow. That's BS. Okay. Any day blacks unite and realize who they really are, the world will stand still. Any day the blacks know who they really are, because they've lost their sense of origin. They've lost their true identity. They don't know who they really are. They don't know where they came from. Any day the blacks realize who they are and where they came from, the world will respect them and stand still. But until then, the world will still disrespecting the black community, because there is no sense of unity, there is no sense of purpose, there is no sense of oneness in the black community. But the Jewish community has it. Hitler killed a lot of, either 6 million Jews Germany is still paying reparation to them. You know, what about the millions of people that were killed in Africa or in the black communities? Where are the reparations? Where is it? Why? There is no sense of unity. There is no, whoever stands up to fight for the people or for the blacks, they get him killed or assassinated, or they buy him over. He becomes a gatekeeper, watching over the blacks, feeding the enemies information about them. You know, that's one thing I've noticed, that once someone loses his sense of identity and his sense of origin, he can take up any form. Chameleon, rats, fly, sassafly, ant, butterfly, you name it. You name it. So, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, blacks have lost their identity, and that's why they wander all over the world. Have you really noticed that it seems like blacks are more dispersed all over the world? They travel a lot. They are into so many countries all over. There is no country you won't find a black man. I'm not saying those places, blacks were not the the original dwellers in that place, but I'm just saying that it seems like our sense of origin has made us, we want to find it somewhere else outside ourselves, outside where outside our homeland. We've been convinced that we do not have what it takes to build our place, to build our communities. Is that really true? Is that really true? And I hope this video helps you to realize that as a black man, hatred will not take us beyond where we are. Killing your fellow race is not a sign of honor. As a woman, dishonoring your body, going through BBL, your hair and all that is not a sign of honor. We love you the way you are. This is not about racism. I'm just saying this is more about what I've observed about the black community. And because this thing is real, it has been affecting the fabrics of every black man, until the blacks stand up as one voice and say, we've had enough. Let's unite and be the best that we should be. I hope this video helps someone to live effective life, to stand up and be responsible in life. There is nobody coming to save you. You are the one that will save yourself. Until next time, I bounce.